INFJs are often known as the rarest of the 16 personality types, wise, insightful, and deeply compassionate. But even the most emotionally intelligent among us aren't immune to self-sabotage. In fact, INFJs are especially prone to undermining themselves, silently, subtly, and often without even realizing it. In this video, we're going to explore 5 powerful ways INFJs sabotage their own growth, happiness, and peace. Not because they want to, but because of how they're wired. 1. Over-idealizing others. One of the INFJ's greatest strengths is their ability to see the potential in people. They don't just observe who someone is now, they intuitively sense who that person could become. And while that idealism can be inspiring, it also creates a dangerous blind spot. INFJs may stay too long in toxic relationships, romantic or platonic, because they're emotionally invested in the future version of someone. They might tolerate poor behavior, explain away red flags, or internalize blame when the other person doesn't change. This often leads to a quiet heartbreak, the realization that loving someone's potential doesn't make it real. And the INFJ is left questioning, was it my fault they didn't become who I believed they could be? 2. Suppressing their own emotions. INFJs feel deeply, but they rarely show it. They're the emotional caretakers for everyone else, often absorbing others' pain like emotional sponges. But when it comes to expressing their own needs or struggles, silence. They've learned, sometimes through past rejection or emotional neglect, that their feelings are too much or not worth the trouble. So instead of expressing vulnerability, they retreat inward. But bottling emotions isn't strength. It's slow self-destruction. It leads to emotional buildup, sudden outbursts, burnout, and sometimes even illness. INFJs sabotage themselves by convincing others and themselves that they're always okay, even when they're not. 3. People-pleasing and saying yes too often. If there's one thing INFJs struggle with, it's saying no. They want to help. They want to be there. They want to maintain harmony. So they often say yes when their heart is quietly screaming no. Whether it's overcommitting to plans, agreeing to help someone at their own expense, or tolerating discomfort just to avoid conflict. INFJs put others first, even when it chips away at their mental and emotional reserves. This isn't kindness, it's self-neglect wearing a mask. They end up feeling overwhelmed, misunderstood, or even resentful, but rarely communicate it. Over time, INFJs lose sight of their own needs because they've spent so long prioritizing everyone else's. 4. Overthinking and mental paralysis. The INFJ mind is like a galaxy full of thoughts, connections, and endless possibilities. But that depth comes with a cost. Overanalysis. They dissect every decision, replay every conversation, and run every outcome through a filter of what if. This introspective spiral might seem productive, but it often leads to inaction. Whether it's avoiding a big life change, hesitating to speak up, or questioning their own worth, they freeze in place, afraid of making the wrong move. But here's the truth. Overthinking doesn't prevent failure. It just delays growth. INFJs sabotage themselves by getting stuck in their heads when what they really need is to trust their heart. 5. Holding themselves to unrealistic standards. INFJs are often their own harshest critics. They expect themselves to be kind, wise, productive, creative, supportive, insightful, all at once. And when they fall short, the guilt hits hard. They internalize mistakes, blame themselves for things beyond their control, and rarely give themselves grace. Ironically, they offer endless understanding to others, but very little to themselves. This deep-rooted perfectionism and self-judgment slowly erode their self-esteem, leaving them feeling like they're never enough even when they're doing everything they can. INFJs sabotage themselves by chasing perfection instead of embracing their beautifully imperfect humanity. The INFJ mind is a masterpiece, complex, layered, and full of light. But even masterpieces need care. If you're an INFJ, know this. Your ability to feel deeply, love fiercely, and think profoundly is a gift. But that gift needs protection. By learning to recognize these patterns, you can begin to rewrite them. You can set boundaries. You can express your feelings. You can let go of impossible expectations. And most importantly, you deserve the same compassion you so freely give to others.